You know, people always ask about homeless youth, and I often see assumptions about what they think they look like, how they think they act. It's a wide variety of assumptions, but there's a lot of assumptions. And I will tell you that they're extraordinary. They're really the exceptional child. They are really the one that believes no matter what's happening, there's some way to find something better that can get them where they need to go. I can't imagine our name being anything but Dreamcatcher because I think it communicates to the youth and it also captures the truth of what our goal is here. I mean, we're facing daunting numbers. There's very conservatively 1,500 youth in the city of Oakland on any given night that are disconnected, and potentially somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 countywide. Dreamcatchers is the only homeless youth shelter for youth between 13 and 18 in all of Alameda County. You know, we're a very small island in a very large ocean of youth that need help. We have 8 beds. You know, when you put the 8 against the 1,500, right, that's a challenging thing, and I find that it overwhelms people. It's like, well, what can you get done? My first response to that, honestly, is if we save one child's life, the conversation's done. We just saved a life. But we do far better than that. We serve over 100 youth a year with those 8 beds. We serve over 300 to 400 in the drop-in center where they can get a meal, where they can start to connect and get help, even if their strategy is still couch surfing, or in some cases, they're even in worse circumstances. Within 48 hours of a youth leaving home, we know 1/3 of them have been approached by an exploiter. Within 72 hours of a youth leaving home, we know that they are already 1/3 of them in the process of being self-exploited in order to survive. We are the second largest hub in the entire United States for commercialized sexual exploitation of children, the second highest in the United States. The night that a youth leaves home, the day that a girl says, "Please get me out," that is the day or the night that their life changes. If we're not there that night, for some, there will never be a second opportunity. So our goal is to be their first bed, not their final safe bed. That's what we get them to. The final safe bed, where they can start building their lives, where they can create great futures. And they do.
Dreamcatchers helped buffer my home life. It was huge for me because I didn't have support at home. And so when they came in and gave me that support with no strings attached, then it just drew me in. One of the worst moments I had was when I was about 12, 13, when I first was kicked out, because I wouldn't get a loaf of bread. And the feeling walking up the street with my black bag full of my clothes was the worst feeling. When I saw the Dreamcatcher flyer, it was a place where I can find something to eat. I think the fact that I utilize the support center a lot as an after-school hangout safe place. I come to Dreamcatchers to have dinner. I come to Dreamcatchers to talk about my day at school. I come to Dreamcatchers to use the computer. Yeah, they were my family. And since the 10 years when I first started coming to Dreamcatchers, I've gone from a client to an intern to the coordinator of the drop-in center. I love to see when I inspire the girls, because I'm from Oakland as well. I've come from a family where my dad was in and out of jail and my mom wasn't really attentive. And we come from the same place. And so when they see that I've had the same trauma and things, we connect. Especially since I was that girl and someone instilled that in me. From 15, when I didn't believe in myself at all, to now where I've gone through Dreamcatchers and I've gone on into my career and things, it's like I'm confident about who I am and what I've gone through and healing. Yeah, sky's the limit. I start grad school in fall at Cal for my MSW. So I definitely think that Dreamcatchers was a place where dreams are made. I didn't have a dream before. and when I was 15. And coming into this position as the coordinator, it just seemed so far like, oh, the coordinator at the time, she had a really nice car and she was cute, and I was just like, oh, I want your job. I want your job. I want to be that cute girl with a nice car who lives on her own. And I got that. Yes, all of that was possible because of dream catchers. All of it.
The fact that we can say 90% of the youth that land here go to safety after here to create whatever life they choose is really, really important. There has to be a place in any youth's life, no matter what they go through, that stands like a steel rod, immovable in its conviction and belief in them. And some kids don't have anybody doing that. And that's what Dreamcatcher does.